This video covers measure points within Trimble Access 2024. We've already set up a job. Head to the top left and open the menu. Click Measure and then Measure Points. Alternatively, open the menu and head to your favourites, which in this case is number 4. Trimble Access allows for free coding, and it will still be recognised within the Trimble Business Centre environment. Input your code within the code box. Hit Enter once this is complete, and then measure when you're ready. Head to the bottom left 3 dots to open the settings menu. You can then select what you wish to be displayed next to each point. We will select codes and hit accept. You can now see the name of the code next to each point. We're now going to add a feature code library. Go to the top left-hand corner to open the menu. Click on the job. Click on Properties. Select the feature library where it says None. Select your feature library and hit Accept. And then Accept and Open. This is our feature code library. We've kept our control codes with a prefix of a dot to keep them grouped at the top. The advantage of feature codes is you can standardize them. You can see your maps being drawn live within the controller. You don't need to memorize your codes, and it allows you to use attributes. One of the new features of 2024 is the symbols. So a line is next to your line codes, a dot is next to your point codes, and the A with a circle shows that there are attributes associated with that particular code, taking the guesswork out of your feature type. We will now select a code, and as you can see it's highlighted as you type it, and once we are in position then we can just simply hit measure. A new feature as we move to our second point is you can see it being drawn and an arrow to detail the direction that that line is being drawn. So as we move to our third one, you can see the dotted line. This indicates once you hit measure what that line will look like, and we can move forward just showing the line being drawn. We'll now move to a second code, and as you can see that line is no longer highlighted. Again, we can just hit measure. It will show the line being drawn, and then after the second point the direction in which that coding is working. By using your feature code library you can see everything that's being drawn live on your map, so there's less surprise when you get back to the office, confident that the details that you need are there. When we go back to the code KB, we can see that it's not closed. New for Access 2024 is the plus and minus string options within Access. If you press the arrow, you get access to Find String. Click Find String and it will move up to KB1 and break that join between KB and start a new string. Select Measure, and again we can see it being drawn live and after that second point it will highlight the direction in which that code is being drawn. If we move to VE, again we can see that it will draw it straight across the road, so we can this time just add plus string instead of find string because we know VE1 is the next code. And again we can just see it all being drawn live on screen. We're now going to look at the CAD toolbar. To switch this on, select the 3 buttons at the bottom left hand corner and then select CAD toolbar, and the toolbar will appear on the right hand side. To change the buttons, hold on one of the icons to show an extended menu and select the new button that you wish to use. For example, offset at the bottom, hold, and then change to end join sequence, which is the one at the top, by clicking on the end join sequence. This is used instead of manually typing your control codes. So as we head over to a new area, we can see that we're still on VE1, and it's just continuing to draw that line. Just show you how the control codes work. So for this we will go down to .n, so giving the code kb.n, so Access recognises this as a new string. It then drops it after that first point as it recognises it is no longer needed. We can then end our string either by manually adding the .e from the feature library, or in this case we will use the CAD toolbar and using the bottom of the button at the bottom, it will add that .e for you. We will now start a new VE string by selecting the CAD button at the top, which will add a .n to the code. Take our second point with no control codes, and then end the string by using the CAD button at the bottom to add a .e to the code. As we move off the point, you'll see as we've ended the string, it does not continue to draw it. So to key in a note, you can simply use Control N. This will attach the note to the last point that you have taken. You just hit accept. If you hit Control R, you can see that note sitting underneath the last point that you've taken. And that concludes a brief run through of measure points within Trimble Access.